Welcome to Fiery Discourse, your podcast and media featuring dragonesses, female dinosaurs, and other similar saurians and scalies. I'm your host, Ludmillanon, and with me are my co-hosts, Angron, Mathmachine and The Shark. Today is our 149th episode, and we're discussing the 2019 movie Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. So, let's get things started.
When there's trouble, you know who to call. Not these guys.
Waffles, 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 waffles. There, if that's all the effort they're going to put into this movie, that's all the effort I'm putting in.
Exactly. But Teen Titans was considered a great show by everyone who watched in the 2000s. It combined humor with action, with heart, with really tragedy in a lot of ways, and it was a great show. The animation was excellent, and it took a property that at the time had mostly been obscure, and it gave it a shot in the arm that pretty much ensured its popularity forever. However, shows don't last forever, and it was canceled in 2006, and it pretty much ended on a kind of a cliffhanger slash open book note. However, the franchise lay dormant until the 2010s when they made Teen Titans Go. This show was a chibi-fied, more comical spin-off than the original, and this show, for whatever reason, was more popular than the original tenfold. Oh, before that, go ahead, Shark.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because the final episode of Teen Titans has like a moral or message that exactly says things don't last forever, things change, and you have to accept the change. Boy, hopefully fans of the original shows surely took that by heart and didn't overreact for what comes next.
Basically, what happened with Teen Titans Go is it became a much more comical show than the original. It basically made fun of itself. It made fun of the original Teen Titans. It made fun of DC Comics. It made fun of nostalgia. I guess the best way to describe it is think animated children's Family Guy, and you're pretty much halfway there.
Yeah, but unlike Family Guy, even it knew when to take itself seriously and when to actually be funny. This still does, but not as much as some other things, which we'll get to.
In 2019, they came up with the idea of doing Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans, which spun off from the end of Teen Titans Go to the movies, where the 2003 version of the Teen Titans appeared with Robin saying, "Can anybody hear us? We have to get back. We have to get back." And it was a big cliffhanger. And whether this was meant to actually call into that cliffhanger or not is unknown, but it's pretty interesting. So let's get started with this movie. The movie begins with the WB logo, which has Daffy Duck come out of it and basically bounce around all crazy-like, as Daffy Duck is wont to do, before Porky Pig pulls him back inside. The movie itself begins with a crime alarm going off as all the Teen Titans prepare themselves for the latest battle. Oh, go ahead, Angron.
Yeah, I think my personal favorite of that WB opening, the one where Daffy Duck's bouncing around, is the one from Mortal Kombat, where Daffy's bouncing around doing all this stuff. You think, oh goodness, we're in for some goofy shenanigans. Then freaking Scorpion comes out and is like, get over here! And you immediately know what you're into from that point forward. Same with this, except in a bad way. Anyways, Math.
That Daffy Duck intro made me just want to watch The Day the Earth Blew Up again. Hey, can we talk about that instead of this?
Unfortunately, no.
If only there was a Dragoness. If only there was a Dragoness. But sadly, getting back to this. After the crime alarm goes off, everyone gets ready for battling, with Starfire opening a can for her pet Silky as it slowly comes out. And no joke, they waste 20 seconds on this joke of the pet food in the can slowly coming out of it. Obviously, what they should have had there is Squidward showing up. You think that's enough for him?
Had it been done a little bit quicker, I would have absolutely found it a little more funny, but as it got a little bit of a smile, which, as you'll soon notice, a lot of the jokes in here are either hits or very, very, very few misses, which we'll get to when we can, but expect a lot of non-comedy for the most part. Not all of it's bad, but yeah, pacing is very much this film's Achilles heel, to put it lightly.
All of the Titans stand on a rooftop and pose before we get to the opening credits. These stylized credits show the Teen Titans Go version fighting off the original Teen Titans versions, as well as other characters and plot lines that'll be in the movie. Now, we won't really mention it because it kind of spoils what happens, but it looks really cool. It's set to a remake of the original Teen Titans Go by Puffy Yumi, who, if you know Cartoon Network in the 2000s, they were very predominant on that channel.
They were my childhood, and they are bashing it!
The stylization on the characters here It kind of reminds me a little bit of the whole Saul Bass style and a little bit of the movie Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know if that was intentional, but it definitely reminded me of that a little bit. After the credits, we cut to a bank where a muscular biker walks up to the teller. With glowing blue eyes, he demands all the money, but when the teller asks if he has a weapon, the biker says that will not be proper. Obviously, who's in line are SpongeBob and Patrick. All right, put the money in the bag. You're facing the wrong way, sir. All right, give me the money. The teller then tasers him as the biker collapses on the floor. It turns out he was possessed by Gentleman Ghost, who was voiced by none other than Weird Al Yankovic. And I will say this right now, we are probably going to bash this movie quite a bit going forward. We are not going to bash Weird Al's performance here because he actually does a surprisingly good job as Gentleman Ghost. He gives him kind of an elegant Victorian British voice, and it works. It really does work. Oh, Weird Al Yankovic is the best actor in this, but aside from one other person who we'll talk about in a little bit, he really is. Oh, go ahead, Angron.
Yeah, very much so. I was very much surprised to learn that. Like, I half expected someone like Will Forte to fill those shoes, but I really can't say that there was anyone better for that than Weird Al Yankovic, to be honest. Like, and also, Gentleman Ghost mentioned my DC senses are very much appeased. Also, the bank teller and one other character in this film is voiced by the legendary Gray Delisle Griffin. So, yeah, two greats right off the bat. Anyway, Shark?
Yeah, and if you think Weird Al is an interesting choice for this character, don't worry. He's been in the show before as Darkseid. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, he was?
Yep.
Amazing, amazing.
That makes what happens later all the more sensical.
Everyone flees in panic as a security guard tries shooting at him, but since the Gentleman Ghost is, of course, a ghost, the bullets just bounce right through him. The teller gives Gentleman Ghost money, but as he says he has other robbery appointments, the Teen Titans burst in. Robin, voiced by Scott Menville, says that they're here to stop him. Cyborg, voiced by Carrie Payton, and Starfire, voiced by Hynden Walsh, say that they have to also stop him, with Starfire's line of, polite language is no excuse for the doing of the crime, which is a running gag because Starfire is an alien, and as such, she puts the word the in a lot of her words.
Yeah, it's pretty adorable. She's still more or less serious, but every time that happens, I just want to hug her so much. There's a reason Josh and Ari.
So, this is the thing that you'll notice about this. If you've never seen Teen Titans Go, which, by the way, if you haven't, God bless you. I wish I were you right now. The characters in this are something of caricatures of what the original Teen Titans were. They've taken minor quirks and personality traits from the original Teen Titans and cranked them up to 11 to a very annoying degree. And unfortunately, it just keeps getting worse and worse as it goes on.
For the most part. There are times when they do lay off the quirks a little bit, but I do agree that sometimes those quirks that made the originals unique overstay their welcome more times than not.
Yeah, I can kind of see that they're more characters, and especially when we get to the original characters showing up, which we'll get to in a little bit. But for now, Beast Boy, voiced by Greg Sipes, says that if Gentleman Ghost wants money, he should do what they do and mooch off Robin. And Beast Boy speaks in slang that is very, very much in the vein of, how do you do, fellow kids?
For the most part, like, seriously, he's a teen and yet he speaks like Jason Sudeikis.
He does get a little less annoying as the movie goes on, but Beast Boy, at least the Teen Titans Go version of Beast Boy, is by far my least favorite character in the film.
Thank goodness he gets better in the Doom Patrol specials.
The Titans all try attacking Gentleman Ghost with their powers, with Beast Boy turning into a T-Rex. However, because he's a ghost, none of their attacks affect him, as he says that they can't stop him. However, since they can't defeat him, they then get the idea to have him just drop his bag of money over and over again. He screams that they are being very annoying, as Robin says that they can be annoying all day, with Raven, voiced by Tara Strong, and Starfire agreeing on that. Robin asks if Gentleman Ghost is going to surrender as the ghost thinks for a second, then possesses Robin's body. And here again, one of the jokes that did make me laugh, in his head, we see a bunch of buff Robins all working out as Gentleman Ghost says, "Oh, talk about being full of yourself." That actually got a little chuckle out of me, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I also like when Beast Boy is trying to bite Gentleman Ghost. He kind of looks pretty adorable doing it. I don't know why, but that's just me.
But as Gentleman Ghost takes control of Robin's body, he then uses it to steal the money. Cyborg notes how Gentleman Ghost stole the money and Robin, as Beast Boy says, let's get at least one of them back, because, again, this very much follows the vein of Family Guy in that none of the characters care about each other at all. The Titans all get stuck in a revolving door as possessed Robin leaps around. The Teen Titans push their way past people as they look for him. Gentleman Ghost then stops to help an old woman across the street, saying it is the gentlemanly thing to do. The Titans all push the old woman away as they then start to beat up Robin, as Gentleman Ghost says that, oh, this infant body is much too weak, even though he's about the same age as the rest of them, but whatever. He then possesses Starfire, and in another cute joke, in her mind, he rides down a rainbow onto a unicorn surrounded by kittens. That actually got another good chuckle out of me, because, I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for those kind of gags.
An even better detail is when he's on the horse, it slides down and it just looks at him with the most subtly seductive face you could possibly make on a show like this.
Gentleman Ghost in Starfire's body takes the money and prepares to fly off, but is stopped by Raven. Gentleman Ghost is then impressed by her power and infiltrates her mind. When he enters her mind, she just stands there inert as Gentleman Ghost lands in a pool of blood. And yes, this is a kid's movie.
Blood in a kid's movie. Not
Yep.
since the 80s has this ever been accomplished.
He then sees a vault and sneaks over to it before seeing a ruby gem in there. Joking that possession is 9/10 of the law, he prepares to steal the gem. But when he touches it, it cracks and a spider ooze monster comes out, attacking him. In the real world, Raven's gem cracks as well, while the rest of the Teen Titans are building a house of cards and are drawing a mustache on her frozen body. And again, this movie has such a thing with a tonal whiplash, because at one point you actually get a really serious, kind of dramatic moment, and the next second you have, oh, wacky, fun time antics. It just feels weird. It feels like they couldn't pick a tone. Like, if you want to have the light comical scenes, you can have the light comical scenes. You want to have the serious scenes, have the serious scenes. But just having one right after the other feels weird.
Yeah. Hey, WB, you want to know what was able to get this right before you did that? Your original frickin' Teen Titan. Seriously, they knew how to set a tone in an episode. Nope, we're just juggling two things at once and failing every single time. That's the Teen Titans Go away. Anyways.
What I don't understand is why this movie is doing the Inside Raven's Head thing, because the original Teen Titans series not only did this, they did it a hell of a lot better. It's one of their earliest episodes and one of their most beloved, Nevermore.
Strange. I guess it was kind of to tie into this version with the original version by doing a similar plot line, but I don't know, the way they accomplish it is definitely weird. Gentleman Ghost then leaves her body as the black goo overtakes her, and obviously what happens is she has become Venom. No, wait, that's the other comic book company, my mistake.
I mean, Stan Lee was in the Teen Titans Go to the Movies, so anything's possible at this point.
True. And he was the funniest part of that movie because he shows up, he's like, I don't care if it's a DC movie, I still want a cameo.
Excelsior!
Yeah, that was the best part of that movie. But getting back to this movie, it turns out that instead of it being Venom, it's actually her full demon form. It roars as Gentleman Ghost basically says that he's going to go to ghost jail over this. If only he did, then he could have met Princess Dorothea. They would have got along great. Demon Raven then breathes energy on him, completely destroying the ghost. The Titans, seeing this, are shocked if Robin asks if she's okay. The Demon Raven roars at Robin before frowning in confusion and turning back to normal. Beast Boy looks concerned before saying that was awesome, as Robin is amazed that she could do that. Cyborg says that she totally wrecked him before playing it back on a view screen with a flashing screen saying, totally wrecked, the third time. Raven says that this is bad, as Starfire says that if she's having trouble with her powers, they can help. Raven retorts that since they're not half demon, neither of them can understand. She then teleports back to the tower while the rest of the Titans all laugh at the footage of Raven defeating Gentleman Ghost, and they play it over and over and over again, which really shows what kind of people they are.
Yeah, they're the kind of people who get serious at first, but then just shit all over everything. But also, on the demon thing, note how her face in particular looks a little draconian in nature. Pay attention to that.
We then cut back to the tower where Raven is having nightmares and her self-conscious. She levitates to the gem and sees that it is even more broken than usual before her demon self jump scares her and attacks her. Raven then wakes up panting as she floats to a mirror, asking what is happening to her. Her reflection speaks back to her, saying that it's time to ditch the humans before transforming into Trigon. And here we get Trigon, who really is the best part of this movie because Kevin Michael Richardson's performance as, spoiler, both versions of Trigon is so good. We'll talk more about it when both of them share the screen together, but he does such a fantastic job making both versions of Trigon feel like two completely different entities. He is amazing. Honestly, he is the best actor in the movie. I'm sorry, Kevin Michael Richardson, like the Sophia the first episode before, he is the best part of this by a mile, at least for me.
Yeah, definitely. If only this version of Trigon had a pretty smoking dragon wife voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson's actual wife as well.
Trigon also says to ditch whatever Starfire is, as well as whatever Robin is, because he thinks Robin is a wombat for whatever reason. She yells at him to get out of there and flips the mirror around before he turns it back, congratulating her on her gem cracking. Raven, shocked, asks what he means by this. Trigon explains that her gem contains her demon side, and when released, it will consume her human side. Raven asks if she's becoming a monster, as Trigon says she doesn't have to be, and he asks for her gem, saying that he's going to turn her human, and then he could use her powers forever.
Little tidbit to bring up here, but on the back of the mirror, there is a sticker that says Mirror Master Mirrors, and it actually has the Mirror Master himself. Yeah, much like Family Guy, this thing absolutely loves referencing other DC stuff, other D-lister villains especially.
Raven says that won't happen, as Trigon explains the more that she uses her powers, the more the gem will crack before it shatters entirely, leaving her a complete demon. Raven then says that she won't use them, then smashes the mirror before leaving. Trigon laments how he failed before a set of red eyes appears before him, saying that they will start their true plan. We then cut to Robin putting on a VR helmet as the other Titans spy on him before he's transported to a Tron-like world. He then quite literally starts fighting himself, and I will say this, I do like the little touch. The other Robin he fights in the virtual reality world is palette swapped like real fighting games would do. That is clever. As he beats his alter ego, he prepares to finish him. But before he can stab him with the sword, he's floating in midair. Robin, confused, is asking why this is happening. It turns out to be Cyborg playing a prank on him by holding him up. Cyborg then starts beating him up, causing Robin to lose health in the game. Robin then eventually disconnects as the other three Titans try sitting on a couch and acting all innocent. Robin then asks him how can he stay in peak physical condition if he keeps getting interrupted. Starfire doesn't know what peak means, asking if it means soft or mushy. Beast Boy and Cyborg make fun of him fighting himself, then say that they should all level up like Raven did. And basically, Teen Titans Go Robin is the Meg Griffin of the movie and the franchise as a whole. And that nothing goes right for him, and everyone always makes fun of him, even though he doesn't really do anything wrong half the time.
Say what you will about Meg Griffin, she honestly does more good and has accomplished a lot more compared to Robin. Robin in the beginning of Teen Titans Go was still serious and for the most part had some competent ideas, but as time went on, and especially in this movie, his more incompetent side started coming out, which does not do this movie any favors.
Cyborg then tries leveling up by sticking a toaster on his shoulder. Immediately after this, a giant portal appears next to the tower. A spaceship emerges from it, as Starfire says how both menacing and sparkly it is, so she's conflicted. A group of beings in black spy suits all kidnap the other members of the Teen Titans, despite Robin attempting to fight back. Raven attempts to flee, but the being chasing her uses her own powers to capture her. The Titans then all end up in a dark void before a giant paw piece appears. It turns out to be none other than the Master of Games who appears before them. Beast Boy demands to be brought home, as the Master of Games says that he is looking for the greatest version of the Teen Titans ever. Raven asks what he means by version, as the Master of Games says that there is an infinite number of worlds, each one with their own Teen Titans. Robin realizes this, saying that there's probably worlds where they could be heroes, robots, or knights. Beast Boy asks if there's a world where they're all mermaids, Cyborg about a steampunk world, and if there's a world where they're all animals, such as Cy Bunny and Starfish Fighter. Wah, wah, wah.
Neat.
Also, interesting thing to note, this is not like the Master of Games from Teen Titans. Big shock, I know. But to give you an accurate description of what this Master of Games looks like, he looks like if Megamind was a troll and he had the voice of Karan from Voltron on Netflix.
You can also tell like was made before or around the time Marvel was starting the whole multiple universes and timeline thing, because if it was popular back then, the characters will absolutely start saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, we've seen it in movies all over the place. It's that other company is constantly doing it and all of that." Because this is one of those shows that tends to go and reference whatever is popular at the time.
How naive we were back then.
The Master of Games then says there's a world where they become great heroes and shows them the Whirligog, which is a device that can show all universes, as he pits the heroes against each other to see who would win. During this, we get a sequence of various versions of Batman all fighting each other, with Batman from Batman the Animated Series winning, as he should.
Yes!
So that's one thing I will say this movie did get right. That version of Batman would absolutely beat all the others, no contest.
I mean, you also got Batman the Brave and the Bold Batman, who would probably be a close second. But yeah, who are we kidding? Batman the Animated Series, Batman would 100% curb stop the entire competition.
The Master of Games then says he wants to do the same with the Titans. Beast Boy and Cyborg ask if they're going to fight the mermaid cells or the steampunk cells, as Robin says that they can beat them no matter what. A group of the people in the suits appear before they reveal themselves to be none other than the 2003 versions of the Teen Titans. And I will say this right off the bat. The 2003 Titans, they look perfectly fine, but it's the way that they're animated in this movie is so weird. Probably because they're trying to replicate the animation style of the original Teen Titans in Flash. But man, it just looks awkward every time they move or talk or do anything. I mean, what they should have done, they should have actually animated the 2003 Titans with the 2003 style of animation. Not use Flash, use it, and actually combine that animation with the cheaper Flash animation. Kind of like what Gumball does, I suppose.
Yes, very much that. Like, seriously. The fact that it's all being done in Flash animation makes it a little more jarring and egregious than it honestly should be, because I personally don't hate how they did it, but there are many times where it does look very, very unnatural, even for an animated movie like this. It just doesn't work, and like you said, they really should have stuck with hand drawn and mixing it with the Flash animation of Teen Titans Go. Like, that was such a missed opportunity.
When you first look at these guys, in stills particularly, they look okay. So you're kind of wondering what the problem is. You have to see them in motion because, Jesus, these look horrible when they move. And I don't blame Flash entirely because you can do really good things with Flash. Motor City is the go-to example for a really very well done series animated in Flash. What I think is the issue is that the people that make Teen Titans Go either don't know how to animate very well or just did not give a shit. And I'm leaning more towards the latter because, as will be shown in this many times, they do not like the original Teen Titans.
That is horrible to hear, that someone like these guys hate the original Teen Titans. Why should they? Like, Teen Titans did everything that Teen Titans Go did, but better. They're probably adopting the narcissistic mindset of, oh, this one did it better than us, but we're going to do it worse because we're doing it out of spite or something. But the fact that the actors are having actual fun with this and that the animation also reflects that for the most part, I'm getting mixed signals, you know?
As they unmask themselves, Teen Titans Go Robin notes how they're tall and all have really big hands. And then the Tournament of Titans begins as a stadium appears. A cheering crowd also appears, with one of the audience members being a big fat nerd in the audience screaming, "You ruined my childhood!" to the Teen Titans Go Titans, and just so you know, he's a big nerd. He's wearing a My Little Pony t-shirt. Ha ha ha. Funny.
I roll.
Good thing the Teen Titans Go creators are so subtle about their contempt for their own audience.
Boy, it's like they made that joke specifically to get a rise out of people, and as we can see, it works.
Raven then notes how strange this all seems before Robin cuts him off, saying this is the perfect train that they need. Raven says she can't fight them because she can't use her powers. Robin asks who is good as he is, as the others point out the 2003 Titans. Cyborg says that the 2003 Titans are the serious versions of themselves, but Robin says that they're the serious versions. Cyborg then points out that 2003 Robin is 5 heads tall, where Teen Titans Go Robin is only 3 heads tall, saying that the taller you are, the more serious you are. And I will say this, if only Richard Keel could show up, then this would become the Dark Knight immediately.
Yeah.
The Master of Games then says they are going to fight in an all-out battle with the opponents. Who gets knocked out of the ring first loses. 2003 Robin tells his team they're doing this to save their Earth, then tells the others not to be too hard on the baby versions of themselves. After Teen Titans Go Robin complains and whines and throws batarangs at him, 2003 Robin then says, okay, you can rough him up a little. After the countdown, the Titans all run at each other and start to yell. And I will say this, the two Ravens obviously learned to yell from the big muscle guy from the Fry Cook games.
Yeah, honestly, out of all the Titans, Raven remains the most deadpan and the most serious of the bunch. Like, every time Raven is on screen, it's pretty dang hilarious. Like, it's not as much as Starfire. Honestly, every time she's on screen, it just melts my heart and makes me giggle with glee. I'm glad that there are a lot of things that they managed to keep the same, even in a series like this. And Raven is most certainly one of them.
The Titans all clash except for the Ravens, who say, hey, what's up, and a pretty good gag. 2003 Robin fights his smaller self, asking if he's called Toy Robin, Shorter Robin, or Bobblehead Robin, as the Teen Titans Go version kicks his 2003 counterpart in the stomach. The 2003 Cyborg is chasing down the Teen Titans Go version, asking if he thinks this is all some kind of big game, as Teen Titans Go Cyborg dodges missiles before 2003 Cyborg shoots him in the back. The two Starfires look like they're going to fight, but in a really sweet moment, they instantly become friends, and they start talking about the similarities like having Silky and having 9 stomachs, which, I'm sorry, that is one thing I actually did like about this movie. That is adorable, that the two Starfires instantly don't want to fight each other, they just want to be friends. That is so cute.
Exactly. It's just, it's so heartwarmingly cute.
Then get another funny joke, which I'm surprised I like this again. This movie isn't perfect, but it does have a better hit rate than I thought it would, because the two Beast Boys have a transformation duel where Teen Titans Go Beast Boy is scared of the more realistic animals that 2003 Beast Boy is becoming. For example, Beast Boy becomes a cartoon dog, and 2003 Beast Boy becomes a realistic Rottweiler. Teen Titans Go Beast Boy becomes a cartoon bee, and 2003 Beast Boy becomes a realistic wasp. That got a good chuckle out of me, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, of course, it's scary. It's hyper-realistic. All you need is blood coming out from the screen.
Oh, yes, that would make this thing really, really horrifying. And then Beast Boy stared at me and he read out my IP address.
Nice.
2003 Raven says that she's not looking forward to the fight, as she says that she's already battled her own inner demons, and this is too literal for her. Teen Titans Go Raven actually laughs along with this, then stares at her own demon gem and frowns. The two Robins continue to fight each other, as 2003 Robin nearly knocks Teen Titans Go Robin out of the ring, telling him not to trust the King of Games. Teen Titans Go Robin instead punches 2003 Robin in the face, as they throw batarangs at each other that explode.
I'm sorry, the King of Games? What's wrong with Yugi running this thing? This would be a lot fairer than that.
Teen Titans Go Cyborg cheers on his Robin before being blasted by 2003 Cyborg's lasers. Teen Titans Go Cyborg retaliates with a glitter bomb, as 2003 Cyborg is now covered in glitter. He asks if this is a joke. Teen Titans Go Cyborg says that months from now, he'll still be finding glitter in the house and will get all angry, which, it's a joke that could have worked. I get what they were going for. It actually could have worked.
That's a joke that definitely works better in something like Battletoads, where one of the main bosses shortens one of his henchmen. He's like, what'd you do? I just shortened him. He won't know it, but his whole life is going to change. That was better executed than the joke right here.
2003 Robin then uses a grappling hook to tie Teen Titans Go Robin up, and kicks him repeatedly, saying that they should try to help each other. Teen Titans Go Robin says that they'll never give in, as 2003 Robin just rolls his eyes and kicks him out of the ring. We then cut to 2003 Cyborg throwing a water balloon at Teen Titans Go Cyborg, short-circuiting him. However, Teen Titans Go Cyborg then has a trick up his sleeve. His head is detachable from his body, and he has a really tiny body made of wires, which looks kind of cool and also kind of creepy.
It's also pretty funny. Teen Titan Go Cyborg, despite being goofy as the others, has some pretty nifty tricks up his sleeve, despite kind of being outmatched by the original Cyborg. Also, the little wire body just looks cute. It kind of reminds me of Sackboy a little bit.
He then attempts to beat up 2003 Cyborg, and here we actually get the coolest part of the fight, because 2003 Cyborg is beyond pissed off at this. He takes his Teen Titans Go version head, he shoves it into his laser cannon, and he blasts the head into Teen Titans Go Cyborg's body, knocking him out of the ring. And we also get this exchange. Booyah! Hey, that's my line! Yeah, it was mine first. Which, I'm sorry, that is awesome. Like, if we had more moments like that, this would be really great, you know? Because he actually, again, feels like the 2003 Cyborg, something he would do. After Cyborg is knocked out of the ring, the two Starfires then decide to compete in a thumb war to see who wins, which starts off cute, and then actually gets kind of funny as they start floating in the air and laser beams start flying out of their eyes, which, again, that got a good laugh out of me.
Yes. It's pretty dang cute.
It is. It turns out, shockingly, 2003 Starfire actually loses as Teen Titans Go Cyborg cheers her on. Teen Titans Go Beast Boy is then chased by the 2003 version until the Teen Titans Go Beast Boy changes into an adorable kitty. Obviously, he saw Puss in Boots, so he knows what to do there.
Also, How to Train Your Dragon was on Cartoon Network for a time, so not completely impossible.
I do like this moment too. Again, they had clever moments. I feel like if they just worked a little bit more, this could have been really good, because I like this moment. 2003 Beast Boy turns back to normal and awes over how adorable the kitty is. Teen Titans Go Beast Boy then turns into a whale and crushes him, basically mocking him for falling for that trick. And I'm sorry, that is actually clever. That is a little bit of clever use of their powers, and I give them all the credit for that. He then kicks 2003 Beast Boy out of the ring. Master of Games then says it's a tied game as Teen Titans Go Beast Boy stupidly does a victory dance while 2003 Robin and Cyborg just stare at him like, "What are you doing, you idiot?" And which cuts to him instantly being thrown out of the ring. And again, that's another joke that actually got a good laugh out of me. Again, they have moments where it does work. 2003 Robin then says, "I thought these were the baby versions of us, but I think really they're the jerk versions," which he's not wrong there. Teen Titans Go Starfire attempts to attack them, but stops short and giggles as she is also thrown out of the ring. Teen Titans Go Robin sarcastically thanks Starfire for helping, as she says that good sportsmanship is more important. Robin then yells what's important is that Raven turns it around. However, Teen Titans Go Raven then says that the 2003 versions win, and just prepares to forfeit and leave the ring. She tries to, but she can't get out of there. Master of Games says she can't quit, as the 2003 Raven asks why she can't leave. Master of Games then stammers out a response, as 2003 Raven notes to the others that Master of Games didn't care what happened to the others until Raven was affected. Teen Titans Go Raven begins yelling to be let out as her gem begins to crack. 2003 Raven, seeing this, tries to calm her down. And again, I do like this aspect. I like how the 2003 version of Raven tries to be like an older sister to her Teen Titans Go counterpart. I do like that. I feel like with a little bit of tinkering, that could have been a really, really nice bit of character dynamic.
We have a Raven who's already gone through character development and had a whole ass arc around it about accepting her inner demons and embracing the good parts about her and the bad parts as well. And here we have one who has yet to go through all that, and she's currently going through it right now, and the two are interacting on that sort of level. We kind of needed more of that. Like, we still got it. Other than this and a few other things, it felt like a clash of ideals rather than just people bouncing off each other and very creative and very insightful.
It turns out, though, the demon manages to overtake Teen Titans Go Raven as she roars, attacking the 2003 Titans. Teen Titans Go Robin is excited about this as 2003 Cyborg starts to blast her with lasers, only for her to literally lift up the floor and knock him out of the ring that way in a pretty cool moment. 2003 Robin tries throwing batarangs at her, but she stops him in midair, throwing him out of the ring. Teen Titans Go Robin calls the 2003 version of the Titans losers, as 2003 Beast Boy merely says, "Really, dude?" to him. Because again, it's not the time to be saying that because Raven is losing control. Teen Titans Go Raven keeps getting more powerful as he tries smashing the ceiling to destroy 2003 Raven. 2003 Robin has his cyborg hack into the system to open up the cages that they're in. 2003 Raven then breaks free, attacking the giant demon form. However, as Demon Raven then goes past a gem, more and more of it is filled up, as 2003 Raven instantly knows what is happening. Using her trademark spell, she turns Teen Titans Go Raven back to normal, as she says she knows who's behind this. A giant pair of ghostly hands captures both the Ravens, as Teen Titans Go Beast Boy tries to break the glass. However, 2003 Cyborg blasts a frequency to break the glass, while as the Teen Titans Go version of the Titans wonders what happened. Oh, before that, go ahead, Shark.
Yeah, seems that Master Hand and Crazy Hand made their way into this fight as well.
Definitely would have been more interesting if they were here, but regardless. Starfire gives an alien gibberish explanation as to what happened as Teen Titans Go Cyborg then puts out a pair of speakers and begins playing loud techno music. However, the 2003 Titans breaks out and tackles the Master of Games before he goes into a force field and laughs, turning into Trigon. He then says that, "You fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book, a rigged sporting event." The audience disappears as they turn out to be holograms, and again, in another line that did get a laugh out of me, Teen Titans Go Beast Boy says, "They weren't even real and they rooted against us."
You're 3 for however many bad jokes are in this movie. Keep it up and you might just be decent. Again, might.
2003 Robin then asks if that is their Trigon, as Teen Titans Go Cyborg babbles about getting a puppy for her hand. However, it turns out that none other than 2003 Trigon appears. 2003 Starfire says they destroyed him, as Teen Titans Go Trigon says that he brought 2003 Trigon back to life. However, he's actually still missing a leg due to 2003 Raven stopping the rejuvenation in time. Teen Titans Go Trigon says that they will drain the Teen Titans Go version of Raven's demon, then use the Whirligog to conquer the multiverse together as they both vanish. And we'll talk a little bit more about Kevin Michael Richardson's performance when we get the scene of them together, but rest assured, he still is the best part of this movie by far, and we'll get to why in a little while. The arena is then all timed to explode as the 2003 Titans save the Teen Titans Go version of themselves. The group of Titans all fall out of the sky as the Teen Titans Go Titans all scream. 2003 Robin wonders why they're all screaming, then shrug as they all use their powers to land. After seeing this, the Teen Titans Go Titans all do the same except for Robin, who smashed into the ground. 2003 Robin asks if they're all okay, as he then asks everyone who counts to Teen Titans Go Robin. Obviously, though, he wasn't talking about Robin. He was talking about everybody who loves Ned Flanders. So obviously, it's everyone except Homer Simpson.
For as we know, maybe even Teen Titans Go Robin also hates Ned Flanders.
That is also true. 2003 Robin then tells his Teen Titans Go self that it's all his fault that this happened, as all he cared about was winning instead of trying to be a team. Teen Titans Go Robin says that is why they joined the tournament, as 2003 Cyborg says that they joined the tournament because Master of Games started to destroy their planet. Starfires then say it doesn't matter, as it's time for them to cooperate as a rainbow appears before them. Obviously, SpongeBob's going to call his lawyer over them stealing his imagination bit. 2003 Robin says they don't need their help, as the other 2003 Titans says that they can't trust them. Teen Titans Go Robin yells about how the 2003 versions think that they're so much better with proper leadership and action. Teen Titans Go Robin then says they don't need their help, as the Teen Titans Go version talks about how they probably do. Teen Titans Go Robin then yells at the others for not backing up their leader, as Teen Titans Go Cyborg says that they don't think of him as a leader, but more as a cool uncle who is not cool. 2003 Robin sarcastically remarks how, "Oh, this is some team," as the Starfires say, "Maybe a song will help." The two of them then run up and prepare to sing, but instead, they start to rap. And strap in, folks, because, ho-ho, yes. The 2003 Starfire raps about how the Teen Titans Go version has very poor and flat designs, but then says about how they have their own appeal. However, Teen Titans Go Starfire raps about how the 2003 version of the Titans are too serious and boring. And I don't know about you guys, for me, this instantly reminds me of the infamous special Turtles Forever, where the 2003 version of the Ninja Turtles spent half their special just mocking the 1987 Ninja Turtles for not being like them. I really get that vibe here, and it bothered me with Turtles Forever, and it bothers me here.
Yeah, I am currently right here, right now, biting my fist and moaning into it while I am holding back a certain detail that makes the original 2003 Teen Titan look a lot more lighthearted in comparison. Like, they still have their serious moments, again, but it could very much be way more edge dark than you could possibly imagine. Also, I skipped the songs because, yeah, I came in here to enjoy some goofy action and a little bit of heckling. Not really in a musical mood for these. Anyways, Math.
So first off, this song is easily the worst part of this movie, which is saying something because this is the hottest of hot garbage of a movie. Second, it's at this point where you start to realize that this is just a 75-minute screed against the original Teen Titans. This is the directors and the writers just venting against the show that was more beloved than theirs. And I think that this was made entirely because these guys openly hate the original show. That's not even question anymore. So why they would do something like this is so bizarre. I think it's because the studio executives at the time saw how much fan demand there was for the original Teen Titans to be in something. So they basically forced the TTG guys to do this, and unfortunately, this is the result.
The chorus is all about how they're still the Teen Titans no matter what. Teen Titans Go Cyborg raps about how he has so many devices, as the 2003 Cyborg raps about how their dads both turn them into robotic dudes. We then get this exchange from the versions of Beast Boy. I got a natural appearance that ladies find charming. My Terra died. Yo, dude, that's alarming. So, yeah, that speaks for itself.
This is where I saw my Terra die, Beast Boy. Bummer, dude.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah, that is literally the most Zuko, that's rough, buddy, that Beast Boy could possibly have been.
Teen Titans Go Robin and 2003 Robin agree to work with each other, as you see the Starfires are dressed as Salt and Peppa, the Cyborgs are dressed as LL Cool J, the Beast Boys are dressed as Crisscross, and not the Beastie Boys, which would have been the obvious joke. Both of the Robins are dressed as Vanilla Ice. I'm going to react to that by quoting another set of 80s rappers. It's tough to watch this movie. To watch this movie that's right on time, it's tricky. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Teen Titans Go Beast Boy says they have to find a way to save Raven. The Teen Titans Go Titans then all bust out of the tower as 2003 Robin asks if they're going to make a plan, before Starfire knows that they just point in a random direction and ran out of the room. Teen Titans Go Beast Boy says that's how they do things, as 2003 Robin says that's why you keep getting into messes in the first place. 2003 Robin tells him to make a plan first before just jumping headfirst into danger, as Teen Titans Go Robin says they don't need to plan. And in any other animated movie, this would actually mean something, because the Teen Titans Go version of the Titans would learn a lesson. They'd learn like, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't just run headfirst into danger. Maybe we should learn to strategize and think things out before doing something. But here it just doesn't go anywhere. The rest of the Teen Titans Go Titans says they should listen to the 2003 Robin, while Teen Titans Go Robin sulk. Oh, go ahead, Angron.
I will say this, that out of every single episode of Teen Titans Go that I have both seen and have not seen, Robin in this one has honestly got to be the worst version of himself that has possibly existed. Like, seriously, he lets something like a more competent Robin from 2003, who does the whole brooding thing a little too much, even if it's done for like a gag. It honestly made the TTG Robin a little hard to sit through most times because, yeah, he's pretty much backing every single claim and he's being unapologetic about it, which, not great.
We then cut to Hell, where 2003 Trigon sits on his throne as Teen Titans Go Raven is waking up. Teen Titans Go Trigon greets her as she notes that is this still happening, with 2003 Raven reacting, "Yep, it is." 2003 Raven then looks up at her version of Trigon, saying she thought she destroyed him. He says that, "You did," but it turns out only another Raven's power could be able to revive him. Teen Titans Go Trigon then says that he'd already tried to take over the universe, but Teen Titans Go Raven always turned him down, so he's doing it with the 2003 version of him. 2003 Trigon points out that he is already feared, as Teen Titans Go Trigon tries to explain what he meant. 2003 Trigon then erupts in anger, basically squeezing Raven, trying to get her powers, and this is why Kevin Michael Richardson does such a good job here. Not many actors can play two different versions of one character in the same scene like he can. He makes Teen Titans Go Trigon sounds like a corporate manager type or a disappointed dad. 2003 Trigon is dead serious. This guy is a demon. He has no time for nonsense or jokes or anything. And he makes the 2003 Trigon so fearsome compared to the Teen Titans Go Trigon, which actually does make it laugh when you have the Teen Titans Go Trigon trying to backside saying, "Yeah, well, you're stronger than me," and then 2003 Trigon just roars at him, "Silence your chattering at once." I like that. I do like that. He actually managed to make them have two different personalities, and it is amazing. Oh, go ahead, Angron.
Okay, first of all, going back to the beginning of the introduction of Trigon's Realm, aka Hell, we have Hal Jordan in a cell with Mixes Pitlick from the DCAU. DCAU doesn't deserve it because, goddamn, rest in peace, Gilbert Godfrey. But Hal, let's just say he knows what he did and he deserves to be in there for it. Second, you can even tell from the differences in their voice. Like, one is softer, more spoken, and more intellectual, while the other is just more blunt and just, like, taking no nonsense. Even from himself, from an alternate world where everyone is kind of a jerk to each other, except the Doom Patrol. Yeah, I have found a lot more to forgive with this film than most of the others, so let's bear that in mind.
2003 Trigon then begins to beat up Teen Titans Go Raven, as 2003 Raven tells him to stay strong. Teen Titans Go Raven says she's dealt with worse. I do like this gag, because Teen Titans Go Beast Boy then leans directly into the shot before the background fades to reveal him in the tower. It turns out that both him and Cyborg are staring at their 2003 counterparts working out. They ask if they ever relax, but 2003 Cyborg says they have no time for games, as Trigon has both Ravens and the Whirligog, which then leads to a musical number all about how it's fun to say the word Whirligog, which we are going to completely skip as it is not plot relevant at all, because after the song, 2003 Cyborg says, "What was the point of that?" To which Teen Titans Go Cyborg says, "To pad out the runtime." And Teen Titans Go Beast Boy says, "Yeah, you're welcome." This felt like such an insult. Oh yeah, we could have sped up this runtime with things actually happening, or character development, or maybe these different characters interacting with each other, and maybe the Teen Titans Go version of the Titans learns to be a little bit more serious, and the 2003 Titans learns to let it loose a little. But no, just nothing, complete contempt. Go ahead, Math.
So, two things real quick. First, because this happened so shortly after that initial god-awful rap song, as soon as they started singing again, just not even 3 minutes after that song ended, I actually screamed at the screen that I was watching this on, "Not again!" And second, they do probably my most despised trope that's often used in animation. That trope where you do something really horrible or really terrible or just mind-numbingly stupid and then comment on it in a meta joke. "Oh, wouldn't it be horrible if," or "Man, this was really terrible, wasn't it?" "Yeah, that's great. Haha, funny. You still did the damn thing."
Yes, they did. And you want to know the kicker? The OG Teen Titans, despite having more serious stuff in the time, actually did what the Teen Titans Go Titans were trying to teach them to do. Yeah, I hold no regrets skipping the songs, not just because I wasn't really in a musical mood and didn't want to listen to them, but because this song right here is pretty much something that the OG Teen Titans did more or less on the regular. Beast Boy knew how to hang back and play video games. So did Cyborg. So did Starfire. Hell, even Raven, there's an entire episode where Robin went to go train at an ancient martial arts place against a literal snake, a literal bear, and a literal monkey. The whole time, they were just there, having fun, hanging out, being complete goofballs, and it still worked. Everyone in this was hit with the idiot stick or something. Like, the TTG Titans more than the others, which, fair enough. This is a world full of idiots, so might as well. But the OG 2003 Titan? Like, again, there's something that's coming up that is a lot more serious than OG Teen Titans. Yeah, like Matt said, slap to the face to everything that they stood for.
We then come back to Hell, where 2003 Trigon is sitting blankly while Teen Titans Go Trigon is reading a magazine. And again, I do love that little bit of juxtaposition that Teen Titans Go Trigon is actually doing something while 2003 Trigon is just sitting there and fuming. It really shows their personality change. But Teen Titans Go Raven says that since she isn't going to use her powers, they'll have to wait. 2003 Trigon says that time has no meaning for him. The two Ravens then ask if he gets thirsty, as C says that he doesn't, with 2003 asking, "Are you sure?" 2003 Trigon then begins to lick his lips before he demands that Teen Titans Go Trigon get him a soda, but demanding it to be large. And again, I do like this part too. I like how the two Ravens instantly know how to work with each other. And if they did more of that, this would have been better. I'm not going to lie. It would have been better if they did a little bit more of that. Go ahead, Angron.
The fact that these two were able to outsmart the villains long before the other Titans did shows what film was ultimately lacking. Also, the power of psychic manipulation, or for that matter, the power of suggestive manipulation. Either way, both work, both got the job done. So congrats, Ravens.
When Trigon returns with the soda, the 2003 version demands that he puts it in his mouth as he's busy holding the Ravens. However, Teen Titans Go Trigon keeps missing, eventually causing 2003 Trigon to get angry and taking the cup in both hands and drinking from it. I do also like this. He immediately realizes that the Ravens tricked him, and there's like a little bit of a comedy beat before he starts screaming at Teen Titans Go Trigon to find them before the two Ravens escape, ending up in a manhole. It turns out that they are actually in the Earth from the original 2003 Teen Titans, as 2003 Raven tells her counterpart they'll have to walk. Teen Titans Go Raven says that it's terrible, as 2003 Raven asks if it's worse than spending time with their father. As the two Trigons fight, the two Ravens walk their way to the 2003 tower. I like what they do with the Ravens. That is probably my best part of the movie that is not Kevin Michael Richardson or Weird Al, is the genuine relationship between the Ravens. If they did that with all of the Titans, with them actually having development with each other, this would have worked.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, again, we have stuff like Starfire that comes close to that, but doesn't exactly hit the same beats that Raven and Trigon did, which you get a gold star nonetheless, Starfires, but a little more development other than just being the cute little marshmallows you are.
We then cut back to 2003 Robin as he's busy making a dramatic hero monologue. Teen Titans Go Robin asks what he's doing, as 2003 Robin says he's trying to be a hero. Teen Titans Go Robin continues to interrupt 2003 version's monologue before 2003 Robin tells him to just go. Teen Titans Go Robin then enters the tower and complains as the other Titans all enjoy their counterparts. The two Beast Boys are already in sync as they both change into kangaroos, while 2003 Starfire tells the other Titans they have been feeding Silky far too much garbage, which we then get the lovely sequence of Silky vomiting for 15 seconds straight. And I timed it. I timed it on the video player. 15 seconds straight of that. So, thank you so much.
Circling back to the Robin thing, that was arguably one of my not so great thing to sit through. Like, the songs, I could just skip. But there's an actual story going on, and that right there, it honestly, unironically, was worse than the vomiting thing. The vomiting, I could forgive. But that...
2003 Cyborg learns from Teen Titans Go Cyborg that it's not all bad to have a cool robot body, which Teen Titans Go Robin then begins to rant before being crushed by 2003 Robin, who says that he has a plan. Knowing that the whirligog the Trigons used came from the 2003 Earth, there must be another whirligog that they can use on this Earth too. 2003 Robin asks where to look as the Teen Titans Go think about someone who could be everywhere at once and who knows everything before they get an idea. And get ready for this, people. We then cut back to the Teen Titans and the Teen Titans Go Titans at the North Pole as they say that none other than Santa Claus has it, which I guess this means this is our Christmas special. Merry Christmas. We released this 3 weeks early, but oh well. We did not know that when we scheduled this episode.
Thing to note about this segment, apparently in the show proper, the Titans have a bit of the TTG Titans anyways, have a bit of a history with Santa Claus and the North Pole. So basically, these guys and the Smiths from American Dad have beef with Santa because of shit they did in the past. So, yeah, something 2 nickels, something to do with merch, something.
Honestly, Santa actually having some sort of very powerful thing or being powerful on his own is pretty canon to the DC universe because in official comics, Santa has successfully breaking into Darkseid's fortress just to give him coal. This is a canon fact.
That is amazing.
Even better, Mrs. Claus is a legit Blue Lantern. No joke.
Santa lore.
The 2003 Titans are shocked at this as they enter Santa's workshop, with 2003 Robin asking the Teen Titans Go Titans if they really do fight Santa. The Teen Titans Go Titans says, mostly for holiday specials. Sometimes we team up with him, sometimes he teams up with us, but we always betray each other in the end. And I do like this. The 2003 Titans are just completely confused by all this. I do like that part as well, that they are so out of their comfort zone at this part. A reindeer then leaps out to attack, but Teen Titans Go Starfire blasts it away. Teen Titans Go Robin then knocks out some elves as they all make their way to Santa's room. The Teen Titans Go Titans then prepare to attack Old St. Nick, but he's ready for them as Robin breaks a tripwire, causing a laser gun to point at them. Oh, go ahead, Angron.
Yeah, circling back to Starfire blasting a reindeer, what immediately transpires afterwards is like everyone just looking at her, just like, and all she can say to that is legit the what? That is such a Starfire thing to say, and I love it. That's honestly what makes her so amazing, even if TTG isn't the best show ever.
Santa Claus says that he knew they'd come for the whirligig as the 2003 Titans watch all of this. And again, I do like how 2003 Cyborg says, "Oh my God, it's really Santa Claus!" like a little kid. I like that. I do like that moment. That,
as a matter of fact, during this whole scene, you can actually see the 2003 Cyborg smiling in the background. So it's a pretty funny joke there, honestly.
like I say, this does have really funny jokes at times. This isn't like, I don't think it's as bad as like how Matt kind of says it is, but it is less good than the sum of its parts. Let's put it that way. Santa Claus then says they cause destruction every time they go to the North Pole, and now he has a secret weapon, his wife. Mrs. Claus appears behind a series of closed doors that obviously Santa had the killer clowns from outer space install them. Another door! Another door! Another door! But Mrs. Claus then appears before she then says her name is Megan. She then begins fighting with Teen Titans Go version of Robin, using her cannon arm to throw snowballs at them. We then come back to the 2003 version of Earth, where the Teen Titans Go version of Trigon appears before a man, asking him if he's seen the two ravens, showing pictures of his raven, including one of her as a demon. The man, of course, terrified, runs away as Trigon just floats off. The ravens leave an alleyway and continue to walk, with 2003 Raven noting she's not a fan of doing it. Oh, go ahead, Angron.
Yeah, circling back a little bit to Mrs. Claus. Fun fact, she's also voiced by Grey Delisle. And unlike the ones I mentioned earlier, this one, sadly, is not a Blue Lantern. Not that that's a good thing, since the entire North Pole is actually the villain in this universe, so...
Teen Titans Go Raven, meanwhile, finds it very hard to walk as she's used to just floating everywhere. As she falls over, 2003 Raven says that she can contact her Titans and manage to get them to fix the gem so they can't steal her powers. Teen Titans Go Raven says that she might not want it fixed, as 2003 Raven tells her that their powers are part of who they are, and that you don't have to use it for evil, you can use it for good. She then tells Teen Titans Go Raven that she's managed to control it by focusing on those that really do matter to her. her friends. And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I just love their relationship, with 2003 Raven being like the mentor figure.
This is on par with Peter Parker and Miles Morales from Spider-Verse. Peter Parker's the mentor, and Miles Morales pretty much TTG Raven. They both build off of each other so well, and yet at the end of the day, one has more experience than the other, and the other is willing to take that experience from the one, which is very much what I want to see more of.
Teen Titans Go Raven then takes off her shoe, revealing her swollen foot to 2003 Raven's disgust. 2003 Raven then notes with demon powers, Teen Titan Go Raven can still float, and asks if he still wants it taken away. We then come back to Santa's workshop, where Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves are all fighting the Teen Titans. Mrs. Claus knocks 2003 Robin onto a conveyor belt and pummels him, while 2003 Cyborg is blasted with chocolate by an elf. 2003 Cyborg yells how much he hates this Earth, as 2003 Robin sees some gears and gets an idea. Using the batarangs to knock them down, the 2003 Titans decide to hide behind the gears as the Teen Titans Go version of Cyborg and Beast Boy cheer them on. Robin mocks them but is attacked by elves as the 2003 Titans attack Mrs. Claus, knocking her out of the building. 2003 Cyborg manages to grab the Whirligog as he and Teen Titans Go Cyborg combine to transform. At first, they become a giant nose, obviously to crash into that WarioWare money. Haha. But they then turn into a trans-dimensional transporter. Teen Titans Go Cyborg then gives out a long command attack, as 2003 Cyborg is confused by this. Teen Titans Go Cyborg then tells him to make a portal, as 2003 Cyborg is then upset, yelling, "Did you think we were just shouting random nonsense in the middle of the battle?" Which, again, I do like that line. That's a cute line. But the Colossus get in their sleigh as the cyborgs make a portal appear before going through it. It turns out that they're now between all Earths as the Colossus appear, shooting at the Titans. The Titans have to enter the first portal they appear, which turns out to be a much more realistic world. It turns out that they are in the world of the direct-to-video animated DC movies, where the action and the dialogue was much more adult. And again, I like that. I like they use an actual different version of the Teen Titans. Oh, go ahead, Angron.
And here's where we once again get here are the actual more serious Teen Titans compared to the other Titans, even the 2003 ones. These guys put those guys to shame for a very good reason. If you've seen the direct-to-video animated films, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But otherwise, no spoilers. Go see some of them for yourself.
Nightwing, confused, asks the Titans who they are and what are they doing. The Teen Titans Go Titans are amazed at seeing even more serious version of themselves. And again, what they start doing is mocking the 2003 versions of the Titans. Teen Titans Go Cyborg even mocks the 2003 version for being, "You're silly like me, but you're serious about it, so you're even worse," which doesn't even make sense. Go ahead, Math.
Yeah, if you didn't get that this was again, as I said, 75-minute screed against the 03 Titans, they've dropped all subtlety here and are just going straight for the throat.
Even when they're working together, they still can't get over throwing jabs at each other. Like, the 2003 Teen Titans absolutely make sense. All their arguments are valid. TTG, on the other hand, not so much.
Well, let's keep in mind something, guys. In the movie, the original Titans are constantly throwing insults as the Teen Titans Go as well. So why are not the Teen Titans Go allowed to throw insults at the other guys?
Out of a place of love? So wait, no, they hate each other. Never mind.
Yeah, true. You're right, Shark. We shouldn't be too hard on this movie. The two Starfires then swoon over Nightwing as the other Titans disappear, chased by Santa Claus. Nightwing then turns to the other Titans, asking if they saw what he did. They then fly off and enter into the Tiny Titans universe, which is actually a children's comic book version. And again, it's cute they reference that as well. The Tiny Titans are eating in their treehouse before the ship crashes into them. The Teen Titans Go tells the 2003 version that those are the real baby Titans, as the 2003 versions are forced to begrudgingly agree.
Yeah, and unlike the 2003 and the direct-to-video animated series, the Flash style actually works better here for the Tiny Titans versions, which it's not perfect. There are still a few things that could be worked out a little better, but imagine something like Chalk Zone doing the animation on this, and we got ourselves some pretty solid gold.
We then cut to the ship going through the Super Friends universe, startling both the narrator and the Titans. And this would be a cute gag, but with one major difference. They did not get Ernie Hudson to reprise his role as Cyborg. What a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I do like the little thing where like the 60s Super Friends narrator is like, meanwhile, over the depths of the Atlantic, the Titans were, oh my gosh! And the Titans decided like, golly gee! In fact, in the show proper, Robin, I think at one point actually said this when like they were going in the past and getting all their stuff back. Robin got his scaled tidy whities, and the OG Robin's like, golly gee! So yeah, nice little callback.
They then go to a rubber hose universe, and then they enter the actual comic book, which is done up like changing panels as comic book Robin asks what is going on. I do like that. I like that moment. That is cool. It also reminds me a little bit of when Transdimensional Turtles had both the 87 and 2012 Turtles go into the original black and white comic book. I really do like moments like that. I will say there was one little bit of a missed opportunity here. They should have met Burt Ward Robin riding along with the Adam West Batman. You could have had him go like, holy ho 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 Batman, it looks like they're in trouble. Don't worry, old chum, we'll rescue them. And they drive off in the Batmobile. That would have been just such a cute little detail. They then go to a steampunk world where Cyborg is an actual Metropolis-style robot in a pretty cool moment. They then go underwater where a mermaid version of the Teen Titans all yell at them. And this is cute and all, but we all know what aquatic superheroes it should have been. Barnacle Boy! We've got to save the Teen Titans from the evil Santa Claus! Will you quit calling me boy?
Yeah, also, I just love how this, for seemingly pointless little bit, was built up from the Master of Games moment. And the payoff here is actually kind of adorable, especially for later when we get to a certain moment.
The Titans then go to the world beyond worlds as Teen Titans Go Beast Boy says they can't beat the Clauses. Teen Titans Go Cyborg then has an idea as their ship then breaks, but the Clauses' sleigh does not have brakes, which causes them to crash into a shopping mall where they are swarmed by kids. Well, now, what would have made it even funnier is if instead they were in the Billy and Mandy holiday special. You could have even had Gilbert come back. I'll eat your soul!
You see, everything that's going wrong in this movie is because of the economy, as Billy will say.
Hey, yeah.
The group then all fly off as Teen Titans Go Beast Boy asks how they're going to fight two Trigons. 2003 Robin says he will make a plan and begins monologuing as Teen Titans Go Robin snarks at all this. However, 2003 Cyborg asks that they're going to go home, but 2003 Robin says that they're going to make a few pit stops first. We then cut to 2003 Earth where the Ravens make it to a boat. Teen Titans Go Raven's feet are still swollen as 2003 Raven says they can make it before the 2003 Trigon appears out of the ocean. 2003 Trigon then says that only an imbecile wouldn't realize this is where you were going. The pair try to run, but they're stopped by the Teen Titans Go version of Trigon. 2003 Raven tries to fight him, but he traps her. 2003 Trigon then demands Teen Titans Go Raven to give him her powers, or the other him will kill the other Raven. Teen Titans Go Raven then uses her powers to save the 2003 Raven, but this is what the 2003 Trigon wanted all along as he drains her powers, regaining both his leg and his power. However, just at that moment, the other ship flies in as Cyborg punches him in the face in a really awesome moment. In another nice moment, all of the Titans, including the Teen Titans Go versions, are worried about Raven, as Teen Titans Go Beast Boy asks if she's alright. However, Teen Titans Go Raven says that she is, as she then kisses Teen Titans Go Beast Boy, who wonders what's wrong with her. 2003 Raven says that without her gem, she's happy, as Teen Titans Go Raven then turns and grins at them creepily.
Even in this universe, people can't stop shipping Beast Boy and Raven.
2003 Trigon then berates his smaller counterpart for not protecting his world's whirligog. He then rants about Teen Titans Go Trigon's failure, culminating in him saying that everything from your world is a pea-brain squashed down bobblehead version of mine. And I do like this moment too. Teen Titans Go Trigon begins to start to cry, but he then gets out of the 2003 version's grasp and just absorbs him. I do like that. I like that despite him being a sillier, wackier version of being a demon, he's still a demon.
He is one of those people that, at first glance, harmless. Like, he's a person that you can still take and beat down like Thundercatcher or Mum-Ra. But then you remember, he's still an eternal powerful demon, and he has the capability to do shit like that.
Also, as a more comical parody, he has an ability that the original Trigor does not. Toon Force. This is something that can make even the biggest joke character into an actual menace. We know SpongeBob can beat Goku because of this, and trust me, this whole Toon Force thing is actually gonna come into play again in a bit.
Oh, yes, it will. Teen Titans Go Trigon then slowly begins to get larger and more powerful as he rants about nobody being on his side, nobody caring about him but him. And I do like how it seems like a side effect of absorbing his more serious form. Trigon, the goofier version, is getting more serious and fearsome. He then transforms into Hexagon. And I'm going to say this right now. Hexagon's design, it literally just looks like Lord Tyrek from My Little Pony. I don't know if it was like intentional or not, but man, it is just so weird how similar it looks. The half demon centaur, but that could be excused. But it's the color scheme they use. That, I think, is what is no excuse for it being so similar.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, this did come out around the same time as MLP Gen 4, so fair enough. Take with that what you will. But yeah, overall, the design itself, while not anything too bad, it's nothing too standoutish in terms of something like DC. I mean, still cool, and the fact that he adopted a name such as Hexagon, you could do worse than that.
Oh no, I do like the name Hexagon, but it's the design that kind of doesn't work with me. Teen Titans Go Raven, as if he means like the shape, as Hexagon clarifies that since he's two trigons, it's a hexagon, which again, clever name. However, both of the versions of Beast Boy laugh at the fact that Hexagon has two butts, which, as a standalone joke, cute, whatever. They do a whole near minute-long conversation about this, which doesn't go anywhere, and it's just, that didn't work for me, I'm sorry. But Hexagon, having enough of this, knocks them away. He says with the Whirligog, he can destroy every single universe all at once, and nothing can stop him. However, 2003 Robin says they didn't come alone, as all variants of the Teen Titans, including ones that we've seen, come out of portals. New ones include Mad Max-style Titans, ones where the Teen Titans are animals, as mentioned before, and a group that, for some reason, look like handsome Squidward. And they all blow a kiss to Hexagon, which is equally weird.
Yeah, that is a callback to another episode where Robin finally takes off his mask, and underneath, he looks like a Chad. So take with that what you will. And as for the animal ones and the human-looking Beast Boy, it was a missed opportunity not to make Starfire a cat, since Tamaranians have feline DNA. But I do like the cute little starfish Starfire look.
A little bit on that of the Animal Titans. First, missed opportunity of making them the ones from the Mumbo Jumbo episode. You know, the Bonnie Raven one, Tiger Starfire, and all of that. And another thing that's kind of a missed opportunity is that while some of the groups do look different in art style, the grand majority still uses like the Teen Titan Go model, but with different clothes or some different form. Certainly have been interesting. There was like more variety, like, oh, one that's completely anime, or heck, go with the whole chibi thing up to 11, make it look like something from Doraemon, or make 8-bit version of the Titans or all of that. So yeah.
That will require effort. And also, do you really want something like Doraemon being dragged down to the same level as something like this?
I think it would have been cool. All the Titans then all run towards Hexagon, as the Robins all punch him in the eyes, with Rubber Hose Robin throwing cartoon dynamite into his ear. All of the Beast Boys all turn into Piranha and bite Hexagon's chest, including his nipples, which, thank you, that was necessary. The Starfires all shoot at him, while the original comic Starfire punches him in the face. The Cyborgs all turn into tanks and shoot at him, with one cyborg turning into an Optimus Prime-style truck and ramming against his foot. The ravens all begin attacking him, with even Tiny Titan's raven starting to choke him out, which is really cute. That's a cute gag. We then cut to the mermaid titans are gasping for air as obviously they're out of water, while the Super Friend titans all play musical instruments for some reason.
Yeah, because it was the 60s, that kind of thing was pretty popular, especially with Hanna-Barbera.
But yet it didn't happen in Super Friends. See, that's another joke that doesn't make sense. The Super Friends never did that where they played random musical instruments or anything like that.
Fair enough. I mean, but the 60s did, so...
Hexagon then uses his powers to levitate everyone before throwing them all to the ground, with 2003 Robin shocked about his plan actually failing. Hexagon then prepares to burn them all alive, but the Ravens save them with a building. Teen Titans Go Raven is busy babbling about how everything is beautiful and lovely, which this doesn't make sense because, okay, her demon is removed, she's a normal human, but she acts so blissfully unaware of things. Wouldn't it have been funnier if she reacted how like an actual human would, which would be like panicking and screaming or something?
Yeah, it would, but at the same time, she's rediscovering her emotion in the same vein as someone like Quake Woman from Mega Man. I can forgive it. It's definitely a little bizarre, to say the least.
Teen Titans Go Beast Boy saves her. He asks if there's any way to get her power back, as 2003 Raven says that if they can destroy Hexagon's gem, 2003 Trigon will no longer exist as he's already dead, and Teen Titans Go Trigon will be powerless. Hexagon, however, begins smashing the shield, as 2003 Raven tries convincing the blissfully happy version she needs her gem. She then shows the Teen Titans Go Raven all of the variants of her friends being hurt, including, and probably one of the funnier gags, one of the hurt Titans is an upside-down turtle beast boy, as one of the cyborgs cries about this. He was a turtle! He didn't do anything wrong!
Yeah.
If only the Ninja Turtles were here.
Never seen a robot so sad about a turtle being flipped over than when Bender did.
2003 Raven then tells Teen Titans Go Raven she has to eat her and all of the other Ravens to get their powers. Teen Titans Go Raven asks why 2003 Raven can't do it. 2003 Raven then says, "My mouth won't animate that large," which again, as Shark mentioned earlier, this is where the Toon Force comes into play here. Teen Titans Go Raven then eats her 2003 counterpart before Hexagon begins destroying the building. And in another cute gag, Teen Titans Go Raven then eats all of her other counterparts like Pac-Man. If only Pac-Man was here, because number one, from the Pac-Man World games, he could take down Hexagon easily. And number two, he could show him that this is a wrench!
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. If only he were here.
The two Robins then manage to distract Hexagon as he tries to crush them. Raven manages to eat all of her variants as she has a very huge swollen stomach, a scene that probably got more than a few people happy. Haha. Teen Titans Go Beast Boy asks if it works, as Teen Titans Go Raven says that she tastes delicious. All of a sudden, she collapses to the ground and begins to transform, her body becoming all gray and scaly. Hexagon, meanwhile, continues to chase the two Robins before cornering them. Teen Titans Go Robin then hugs his 2003 counterpart, who stares at him before they are saved by an energy shield. It turns out to be from a gigantic black energy dragoness who has all of the ravens inside of her. The dragoness looks up and sarcastically asks, "Haven't you seen a flock of ravens before?" before saying that she is the Unkindness. And what's interesting about this is the comic books would later use Unkindness and have her as Raven as a full-on demon that destroys future timelines and kills all the heroes, basically bringing about the apocalypse. Unfortunately, there, she is a bird demon and not a dragoness, and it's a moot point anyway because Shazam travels through time and destroys her before she even exists. So that's what happens there.
Well, that's crazy, all right. But hey, the name is actually quite clever because a flock of ravens is actually called an unkindness, so research was made.
Yeah, this pretty much was the part I was most looking forward to this film, as were we all. This was hinted at throughout the entire series. From the moment the demon popped up, we knew something was up with that. But when it finally appears, it's not just one raven, it's every raven. They do not skimp on the details on this creature. The powers are another story, but We're going to discuss that now, right, Lud?
The reason we're discussing her as a separate character, because she is pretty much all of the Ravens in one, which is technically a separate entity from any of the other Ravens, which counts as a separate character, which is going to be interesting for the ranking. But she then slams down and roars as Hexagon says she cannot defy him. The Unkindness then blasts energy into Hexagon's chest, causing him to stumble backwards. He then makes a demonic shield before making a giant axe and throwing it. Unkindness dodges the axe as it hits the 2003 tower. Hexagon then conjures up a lance and uses it to lunge at Unkindness, who does the same. The two of them are knocked back yet again before they both use laser vision at each other. Unkindness blocks his attacks with her wings before she uses energy blasts shaped like ravens to knock him to the ground. And again, I like this. This was like the culmination of the movie. It actually paid off. I will admit, this is a really cool payoff. Hexagon then yells he will not be beaten by her and creates a portal underwater, holding her head in it, trying to drown her. The other Titans ask for a plan, as 2003 Robin turns out to not have one for once. Teen Titans Go Robin then takes the Whirly-a-Gog and tries to eat it, only for nothing to happen as, of course, he's not a demon. Unkindness continues to struggle underwater, as Teen Titans Go Robin has an idea, telling the others to bring him to Hexagon's Whirly-Gog. 2003 Cyborg puts him in his cannon, launching him to Hexagon's face. 2003 Robin then uses his grappling hook, as Teen Titans Go Robin throws a batarang at Hexagon's Whirly-Gog, causing it to explode and destroy the portal, freeing Unkindness. Unkindness then punches him in the face, which causes Hexagon's gem to crack. He tries to keep the demon inside, as Unkindness grabs the demon, tugging it as the pair fight over it. The other Titans all help pull it out, as Hexagon tells Unkindness she never wanted it anyway. We then get a really great line where Unkindness says she was wrong. "I'm half human, aren't I?" as she manages to yank the demon out of his head. This causes the 2003 Trigon to appear before vanishing into nothingness, while Teen Titans Go Trigon is sent to another dimension. He is sent to a dimension where all of the Titans, as well as Trigon himself, is a zombie as they all swarm in on him, which, I will say this, if that is a deliberate dig at Marvel zombies, that is funny. That's a funny gag right there. But go ahead, Shark.
No, I was going to comment the same, like, oh, maybe this is basically, oh, Marvel has Marvel zombies? Well, here's DC zombies.
And DC actually did that. Look up the comic book Deceased if you haven't, because it's actually pretty decent.
Oh, interesting.
All of the Ravens turn back to normal as Unkindness disappears, but Teen Titans Go Raven is still a demon. Teen Titans Go Beast Boy asks if she is alright. We cut to inside the mindscape again. Raven approaches her demon half, as she says she never truly got to know her alter ego, and that they can work together to coexist. The demon form then steps into the light, revealing that it is regular Raven. The two manages to touch hands as Demon Raven disappears. Outside of her mind, the Demon Raven stares at them before returning to normal, as the rest of the Teen Titans Go versions all hug their friend. And one thing to point out, she does not have her demon gem after this moment, which will tie into what happened to a Teen Titans Go later on, but getting back to this, Raven then teleports away, sarcastically noting that she is still a demon no matter what. All of the other Teen Titans return to their universes, with Teen Titans Go Robin trying to dress up as Nightwing to go back to the DC animated universe. So I have to say this, Robin, do you know what happened in the DC animated universe and how that ended? You would not want to be Nightwing. Let's do it that way. You would not want to be Nightwing in Apocalypse War.
You got off scot-free compared to those guys. There was a thing that they did that we're going to touch upon later.
Nightwing shows back up and steals his clothes back to leave with the others. The 2003 Titans then all say goodbye to their counterparts. Teen Titans Go Cyborg tells his 2003 version that he has a waffle maker inside of him. The two Starfires hug as Teen Titans Go Starfire thinks that Robin is a wombat, much like Trigon did in a pretty cute joke. The two Beast Boys all do animal transformations as a secret handshake as they say goodbye. The two Robins then glare at each other, with 2003 Robin shaking hands with Teen Titans Go Robin, what to me is the best line of the movie, which is, "When I first met you, I thought you were weird and annoying." And you are. He then says with a little more training, Teen Titans Go Robin could then prove himself to be a real superhero. The two Ravens then say goodbye, as 2003 Raven tells them to call her if their version of Trigon ever comes back. The Teen Titans Go then go into their portal before Robin peeks out, seeing that the 2003 Titans have their own whirly god. Teen Titans Go Robin asks for it back, as 2003 Robin kicks him in, glad for it to all be over, as the 2003 versions of Cyborg and Starfire glare at him. We then cut to the Teen Titans Go Titans are glad to be home, as they feel nothing has changed, before Robin tells that something has changed. Robin then says that he's happy there won't be another big superhero crossover for at least a year. Just then, Darkseid, also voiced by Weird Al Yankovic, as Shark mentioned earlier, appears and prepares to invade the Earth. The movie then ends with the Teen Titans Go reading books as explosion and invasion noises happen outside, while they still don't care, which definitely is a way to end something. What's interesting about this movie is actually considered non-canon because Trigon is still in their universe and Raven still has her demon gem, so either they pulled a SpongeBob SquarePants movie and this is meant to be the finale of Teen Titans Go, or they just decided, screw it, we're not getting paid enough for this.
Out of all the schlock that WB has made for Cartoon Network, this feels the most disingenuous. Something like Nuts and Bolts I can forgive because there's at least some effort hidden under the surface. And this show is that if the Doom Patrol specials and at least a few funny episodes and a few funny jokes here and there are anything to go by. These aren't the Teen Titans that we grew up with. And the fact that the people who made this show take every opportunity to say that they did not like that whatsoever and refuse to acknowledge it, save for this movie? How? You know?
Teen Titans Go is still on the air as of this recording. It doesn't sound like it's slowing down anytime soon. Even after, controversially, Warner Brothers fired Greg Sipes from the role of Beast Boy for pretty jerk reasons. I just don't know how this feels because it's like the most popular thing that Warner Brothers has ever done with animation in years. Like, it is the most popular Cartoon Network shows. Again, a long, long time, and it's kind of surprising. I guess it appeals to kids and the fact that it's wacky and has no continuity in that, but I don't know. It just feels weird because they do episodes where Cyborg rants about, oh man, remember Webster? Webster was awesome. Remember Mr. Belvedere? Mr. Belvedere was awesome. And it's like, what kid would know what that even is? But that's going to actually lead a little bit to the question of the week, which is, what is the strangest spin-off you have ever seen? I'm going to go first, and I'm actually going to pick a live action one for a change, which probably big shocker, and it's going to be one that is very, very strange. And it's a little show called Baywatch Nights. Baywatch, of course, is the infamous show that's about the lifeguards. They help people at the beach. A bunch of things happen. David Hasselhoff, girls running in slow motion. You get the drill. Baywatch Nights originally was a show about them doing things at night. The same thing at night. But what happened was halfway through the first season, they decided, for no apparent reason, we're going to be the X-Files now. And it literally becomes the X-Files, but with lifeguards. And David Hasselhoff taking down like aliens and demon worshippers and sea monsters. And it is so weird because Baywatch, as you probably know, aside from the slow motion running, was really grounded in reality. And the Baywatch Nights is originally grounded in reality. And for the spinoff, just to say, nope, aliens are real, demons are real, sea monsters are real, they've always been real in this franchise. It's one of those things that you have to just stop and think. It is so bizarre.
Yeah, sounds like, yeah.
Like, just to chase a trend of a already popular TV show that they saw how good the X-Files is doing, and it's like, oh yeah, we could do that. That's not going to clash with the original show at all. And then after Baywatch Nights was canceled, they went right back to regular Baywatch, and they never acknowledged it. It is so weird. But yeah, that's going to be my pick just because of how strange it is. How it actually started off as a real, like a regular spin-off of a show, and then just went to science fiction. Not even like Urkel was that strange. At least with Urkel, they stretched it out over time. This is like instantaneous. Like one episode, it's like, oh, we're investigating a robbery underneath the dock. And at the next one, it's like, oh, a UFO came and abducted this late night swimmer. But yeah, that's gonna be my choice for my strangest spinoff is Baywatch Nights. Angron, what would your pick be?
This one, compared to Baywatch Nights, makes more sense, but it's still weird that something like this exists, and to this day, not many people, for the most part, talk about it. And that pick is going to be All Hail King Julian. Wow, that is definitely a series that I did not expect to exist. I've seen very few scenes of it. Yeah, you thought Teen Titans Go had it bad with the butt jokes. This is pretty much unabashed and unashamed of doing all kinds of butt jokes in this. It has some pretty interesting designs, to put it lightly, and it's supposed to be focused on King Julian more and King Julian's aid. And I'm just like, this exists. Interestingly enough, there is an episode on it that we might cover later. But for now, yeah, keep that in mind as I'm just looking at this very bizarre, very odd Madagascar spinoff, and I'm just going like, huh, okay. That's going to be my pick because, like, the Penguins made sense because it's more or less grounded in the zoo setting for the most part, and they're just doing their own thing while the gang is at the circus and whatnot. But King Julian, the fact that this all takes place likely before they ever met, yeah, this looks so. But this is just such a pretty bizarre concept, even for Madagascar. So, but yeah, that's gonna be my pick.
A lot of the DreamWorks spin-off shows are actually really, really good, that one included, but that one really does feel different compared to the others. Like, for example, even the Penguins of Madagascar spin-off, it was in its own universe, so at least that isn't too weird, but it definitely changes a lot of things about the Madagascar movies in light of it, basically.
It's weird because it's basically a spin-off of a spin-off, so...
That too. So, that's a good one. Let's see. Shark, what would your pick be?
Oh, okay. Mine is gonna be weird in many ways. So I think some of you are familiar with the Total Drama series that Cartoon Network aired. That it was a parody of Survivor. It was teenagers in an island competing for money. They won a mission and all of that. They kept making seasons of other things, and they made 2 spin-offs about it. One makes sense because rather than being a parody of Survivor, it was a parody of Amazing Race. So it was the teams doing a race in a contest, doing challenges and all of that. The other spin-off is like, how did this happen? It's called Total Drama Rama. And basically what they did is they took some characters from the first season, turned them into 4-year-olds, and put them in a daycare. Number one, it's weird because how did you come with this idea? Like, stuff like Teen Titans Go is like, okay, the original was an action superhero show. This one is a parody of action superheroes. Even Planet Shin is like, oh, well, the original was a science fiction kind of crazy show. Okay, this one is a science fiction crazy show in a crazy planet. This is like, the original show is a Survivor parody. How did this become an idea? The second reason it's a weird one is because, unlike your usual baby spin-off, where the whole selling point is like, oh, these characters are so cute, watch him go paint, or watch him jump in the garden, or something like a Muppet Babies, or maybe the Flintstone Kids, where it was like, oh, kids doing kid stuff. This one, when I say weird, is it. Because, good lord, do the stories they tell sometimes is like, huh? Like, there's an episode where freaking aliens show up and try to freeze the air. There's like an episode where one of the kids starts screaming so loud it causes a hurricane. It's because they like painted their chair the way they didn't want it and they kick the chair out, but it's like, no, we need to bring the chair back to calm things out. But then chickens take the chair, they take it to a chicken museum, they have to sneak in, a giant chicken attacks them, and it's like, wait, what? What's going on here? And yeah, it's, to say the least, it goes batshit insane. Like, good lord, there's an episode where one of the cousins visits and she's just like a princess, but oh, when she gets angry, she turns into a dragon. Oh, there's an episode where they accidentally ate some of the professor's chocolates, and the only way to get the ingredients is to go to the other part of the world, to the underworld, face Cerberus, get the ingredients, and yeah, when I say weird, this is weird.
Okay, then.
That just sounds so bizarre. And looking at the character designs too, it does look like they did the whole Flintstones kids, Muppet Baby thing. But man, this is just so bizarre, that they would do that with like those kind of storylines. And wow, that I don't even know what to say about it.
It's pretty out there.
Man, that is a great choice right there because I had never heard of that before this, and afterwards, my mind is just blown by this. I don't even know what to say. So let's see, Math, what would your pick be?
So initially I was going to go with Equestria Girls, but the more I thought about it, the more that made sense. Hasbro makes toys. That's their predominant thing, which is why they have the shows to promote the toys. So having cool humanoid doll versions of their most popular product, the pony figures, makes sense because hey, more toys to sell. So I've decided to go with an actually weird one that makes no sense whatsoever. Spirit Riding Free. How did you turn Spirit, the show about being effectively the wild force of freedom representing the Wild West in general, into a oh hey, a girl has a horse and it's a cute action show with a horse adventures? I'm gonna go on for like 20 seasons and 2 movies.
Interesting.
And the thing is that's also weird is it's set in present day. Like, at least if it was set during the time period, you could kind of have it make sense, but I don't know. It just feels weird. Is it like Spirit's descendant or something like that?
Allegedly, except it looks exactly like him and they just call him Spirit, so it might as well just be Spirit himself. So again, I don't understand this from any logical standpoint.
I can see it from one. Like, you know how Link has generally a same design, blonde hair, Triforce on his left hand, and a similar green tunic? It's like that. I get how it's a little bit hard to defend, especially given that this is Spirit of all things.
Therein lies my problem with it. At the very least, the Legend of Zelda games, even if they change everything up all the time, they still feel like Legend of Zelda games. They still, at their core, have the same ideas, messaging, etc. This is completely antithetical to the original Spirit movie. It's polar opposite idea. Nothing makes sense as to why you would use this and not just make original property.
That is weird. I think what it was they saw My Little. I guess I thought, oh yeah, we could do it too. And I don't know. It just feels it doesn't match. Like you said, it really doesn't work with the original movie. I can understand where they're coming from, and again, girls like horses. That it makes sense. It really does make sense. At the same time, it just feels very awkward. Now it is time for the patent pending Dragoness Scale. We're going to rank the Unkindness this time. Now, this is going to be interesting because I do love the design. I really do like the concept of it being every single Raven all combined into one. I don't know. It's so cool, and it is cool that she gets a really neat fight scene, but at the same time, I feel like they could have done more with that. Like, maybe if we spent less time with the Whirligog song that did nothing but pad out the runtime. Thank you for that, Teen Titans Go, Beast Boy, and Cyborg. And more time with her, we could have actually seen maybe actually like a transformation sequence or something of her actually gaining all their powers in that, or even just having Unkindness do something like fly because she's a dragoness based on a bird and she never even takes to the air, which is really surprising. But I do like the design, and the voice being basically Terra Strong with electronic pitching is really cool. But at the same time, I really feel like it's just missing something. It's a small something, but it's something nonetheless. I'm actually going to give it a higher score than I thought, which is going to be a 9 out of 10 because I really do like it. I really enjoy it. But it's just missing a piece, So, Angron, what would your pick be?
This is going to be interesting because I'm going to rank it just a little bit lower than yours, but I think I can do you one better on what I think it's missing because, yeah, all of what you said aside, I think what's missing the most is it being a bit more dynamic, a bit more diverse, because, like, it's every single Raven from across the multiverse forming together into a humongous freaking beast. DC Comics, eat your heart out. Other than doing kick-ass punches, blasting with ethereal dark fire at Hexagon, and just being an imposing presence and having a kick-ass name based off a flock of ravens, that's pretty much it, really. Like you said, if it flew around more, if it did a bunch of different stuff like telekinesis, shadow magic, flying, having a more imposing advantage than just standing there and just being menacing while also being badass as well, I would give it probably a 9 out of 10 as well, but since they don't, I definitely feel like that the more fitting score would be an 8 out of 10. Still badass, still better than the comic, and building up to it could do with some work, but I like what they got with it nonetheless. So it's for all that reason and then some, I'm going to give the Unkindness a 8 out of 10. Pretty badass, pretty amazing. Enough said about that. 8 out of 10.
See, Math, what would your vote be?
I'm going even lower. Not because of design. The design is actually great in this. Not because of how well Unkindness is, because great stylization of character and great display of powers. Because this movie was such a fucking slog to get through, and the payoff is just not worth it. We get 2 minutes of this, and we have to go through 75 minutes of pure, unadulterated pain to get there. The payoff just isn't enough. There is nowhere near enough screen time to justify how terrible this movie is. And for as much as I did like Unkindness and how cool the design and characterization is, it just does not hold a candle to how much I had to suffer through.
Okay, so let's see. That just leaves Shark. What would you give her?
Well, on the same vein as some of you mentioned it is a great concept. The whole idea of all the ravens into one. The fact that, yeah, it's a whole new entity. It's not like Teen Titans Go Raven being the one controlling it. It's really all of them together into one entirely different being. And yeah, it's a badass design. The fight is actually really intense, surprisingly enough. With the biggest weakness actually being like the screen time. Like we have to wait quite a while before getting to this. And there's really, would be cool if there was some sort of foreshadowing. But other than a few, like 1 second freeze frame in a bit, there's really nothing. So it is badass. It is cool. It's a great idea. I just wish we had more of these. So for all the badass moments, for the great design and the whole idea with her, even if we didn't get a lot of screen time with her, I think it's enough for her to get an 8 out of 10.
Nice, nice. I can definitely see why. And yeah, as a whole, like I say, it's such a great concept, and it's a shame DC doesn't do anything with it with the giant dragoness version of Raven, because it'd be a lot cooler than her as the bird demon. Let's do it that way. But that's going to be it for this week. If you have any questions, or if you want to suggest what other DC comics that the dragoness version of Unkindness could appear in, you can feel free to email us at fierydiscourse@outlook.com. Visit us on Twitter at twitter.com/fierydiscourse. Be sure to subscribe to the Fiery Discourse YouTube channel and subscribe to the playlist. Like and hit the bell icon. Leave a comment. Any all comments are appreciated. Next week, it is our 150th episode.
Ooh.
Yep. So to celebrate, we're going to discuss about a much, much, much better bit of DC animation than we talked about today, because we're going to be talking about the 1942 animated short Superman, the Arctic Giant.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We're diving into Paramount, baby.
Yep, Max Fleischer, Superman. You just have to hear those 3 words, and that's all you need to be hyped for this, because I think we are going to be doing the exact opposite of what we did in this episode, and that we are mostly going to be gushing about that for pretty obvious reasons. Thank you so much for listening, and that'll be it for this week. Until then, take care.
Later, y'all.
Peace out.
Bye.
Adios. See you all next week.